Hey y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show. We have got another great episode for you this week. My name is Jason. I am the owner of Outdoor Legacy, specializing in all things night vision and thermal optics. And as always, I've got my co-host Hans. What is going on tonight, Hans? I am excited about this show.
Yeah, we've talked about it in the past, but we've got new optics that were announced at SHOT Show that are finally starting to hit the market. There's a lot of reviews, and people ask all the time, when is the best time to buy an optic? And I tell them every time it's always, after coyote season, spring, getting into summer, because you've got all these new optics that are finally hitting the market. The inventory is, this is a time of year when dealers like us, like Outdoor Legacy, have a time to get stocked up, and we're getting past the chaos of hunting season. And now we've got these things in, we've got a chance to test them, and they're there. And usually you can find just about anything you want. So this is prime time. I mean, you can get excited for the hunting season, but in optics, I mean, I really love this time of year just because when people call up and they have questions, and you can say, you know what, we've got that in stock. So this is a good time of year in the business. And yes, we have a great review. Before we jump into the review, very quickly, if you're looking for a night vision or thermal optic, give us a call, 877-350-1818. You can see all of the optics on the website, outdoorlegacygear.com, and you can talk with me, Jason, or Ashley if you have any questions about any of these optics. So give us a call. But yes, we have the brand new AGM Sidewinder thermal monoculars, and I'm just sitting here thinking, Jason, AGM probably has more monoculars on the market right now than maybe any other manufacturer. And now we've got we've got two new ones that we're talking about today. So they are just piling it up, but it's good. These are people love the choices with monoculars because they've got them, monoculars all the way into like the, several $100 range, all the way up into the, the ones we're going to talk about today. So lots and lots of choices, man. Lots of choices.
So I want to bring up something real quick, just so you know, right here on the front end of this, we are going to be talking about the new line of Sidewinders. Today, we're going to review two units. Hans is fixing to get into the specs, and they're going to be the 384 by 288 resolution units. There are also two other units. They are both a 640 high resolution unit. They are available as well. They should be, when you're seeing this air, they should be in stock. If they're not, they're going to be within a day or so, but I think all this stuff's going to be sitting on the shelf, hopefully, when this airs. So with that said, I just want you to know, this is the review of the 384 units. We wanted to do this first. We've just really, really liked these units, the price point on them. I'm going to tell you something, guys, though. You need to see the 640 review on these. If you want to know more about them, you don't want to wait because it's going to be a few weeks just because we've got some other shows planned and some scheduling things going on. As Hans mentioned, you can call us, 877-350-1818. We have used the units, the 640s. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. They are legit. I mean, I'm going to say, we're in what? April right now. April 2023. I'm going to say that these handhelds, the 384 and especially the 640, are going to be in the running for some of the top handhelds at the end of the year in the Late Night Vision Show Best of series, because these things are I don't, Hans hates the word game changer, and I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is a game changer. What I would say is this, though. I would say this is a huge step up for AGM, best handheld units they've ever made. So let's quit teasing them, talk about them, tell them what we got.
Yeah, almost spilled all the beans in the review, all
That's
into
right.
one. So yes, we are going to be reviewing the AGM Sidewinders, the TM25 and the TM35. I don't know, we've shown, or we may have shown, or people may have seen
384 version.
384 version. So people may have seen in the past pictures of this in a tan color. I don't know if we've shown it, but I've seen some pictures floating around of them being tan. The final production units are black, and Jason's going to be showing one when we do the walk around and
Yep.
what's in the box, but these are black production units. So yes, the AGM Sidewinders TM25-384 and the TM35-384. We're going to be showing a bunch of video as well, as always, and then we're going to jump into the likes and dislikes after Jason does the walk around. But showing video, doing specs right now is where we're at. So what I want to do is since we're doing two optics, I want to talk about what are the common specs first, and then we'll move into what the differences are, because there's not a lot of differences. But so the first thing is the common specs of between the two. 380, they're both 384 resolution by 288. They're both 12 micron, 50 hertz refresh rate. They both have a 1024 by 768 OLED display, video and audio recording, -20 NETD sensor rating, 4 different color palettes. They both run on an 18650 rechargeable battery. If you look at their specs online, it says 7 hours of runtime. We did our own bench test, and we got just a little bit more than that. 7 hours and 23 minutes on a rechargeable, fully removable 18650 rechargeable battery. Again, they've got this very low temperature rating on these Sidewinders, like they do with the adders. This is a -22 degrees Fahrenheit temperature rating up to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. IP67 watt rating, 5-year warranty. So those are the common specs. Let's talk about the few differences. First of all, the price. The TM25 384, the price on that is $19.95. The TM35 -384, that one is $21.95. So you got basically $2,000 and $2,200 options. The other difference is the magnification. So the TM25 is a 2:16 power. That's 8 times digital zoom. The TM35 is a 3:24 power optic. So for a couple $100 extra, you're going to get higher magnification. That doesn't necessarily mean more is better. It depends on the type of hunting and what you're trying to do. But really, the differences are going to be the magnification and the field of view. So the field of view on the TM25 384 is 55 feet at 100 yards, and the TM35 384 is 39 feet at 100 yards. Also, the detection range on the TM25, the detection range is right at 1,400 yards. The detection range on the TM35 is going to be close to 2,000 yards. The ID range, which is very more important, how far away you can actually see and tell what you're looking at. We usually base it on a coyote, being able to tell the difference between a coyote and a small deer. On the TM25 384, that's going to be about 275 yards. With the TM35 384, that's going to bump you up a little bit more, about 50 yards or so. So 325 yards on the ID range there. But those are the differences. Magnification, field of view, price. That's basically are going to be the 3 main differences between the two. And that's it. I think we've run through it all. 5-year warranty, price. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to go real quick here so that I'm clear, because I was kind of scratching some notes down to make sure I didn't get confused. The TM25 is $2,000, $19.95. So $2,000 TM25, and it is a 2-power base magnification. The TM35 is $200 more, $2,200, and it is a 3-power base magnification. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, I'm just writing my notes down to him, scratching, make sure I don't screw something up here in a minute, because we're good at misspeaking. So yes, Hans and I have been using these units for a while. We were very thankful to be able to get to use these units last year before they were announced last fall. And I don't know what that was, October, November, December. We had these units. We had some of the prototypes that were Coyote Tan. Still got a couple of those units floating around. Really, really, really do like these from the very beginning. We were blown away. I think this is easily going to be one of the best optics period, that AGM has brought to the market. And so I want to go over a few things. I'm going to do the least exciting thing first. Let's talk about what's in the box. So I'm going to make this really, really quick. So inside of the paper box, you get this padded zippered up case. All right. So again, it's going to come in a paper box, but then you get this. And there's stuff inside. Y'all have all seen inside of a padded box. Basically, you're going to get a USB cable, USB-C. That's what, plugs into the scope there. If you need to run it for external power, you could do that. But you also get this USB cable that will plug into the included wall charger as well as the 18650 battery charger. You do get two 18650 batteries. This is one of them. This is a brand that AGM has been using in all of their optics that use 18650s. And I tell you what, these batteries have been really good. I've been really happy with these. And somebody was asking this question, so I'm going to say it. The batteries that are included, at least the ones that we've got here, they're 32 milliamp hours, and they are a button top. They've got a button up there. So that was a question. Also included in the bag is this, I would call it, I don't know that it's the name brand, but I would call it, neoprene, something like neoprene here. That is a case for, you can slide this thing down in. It's also got right here this little drawstring you can see. So you could slide your unit into that, pull the drawstring tight, and it's going to protect that. You'd be able to throw that in a bag in your truck or whatever if you were concerned about that. I don't know that I've actually ever seen anything quite like that included with a handheld, but I kind of like it. It's nice. Yep. So, all right, let me get all this off my desk here and out of the way. Also, one thing that's kind of nice, you get a paper manual. That's something that a lot of companies don't do, but AGM does at this point still include paper manuals. All right. Let's get to the fun part. Here is the unit itself. I'm holding it up here. Hopefully you'll be able to see it against my dark gray sweatshirt here. But as you can see, let's start right back here at the rear. This is a rubber eye cup. We'll talk about this eye cup a little bit more later. It can be spun around at twist, just the eye cup does. And the only reason that I know that is that Ashley, our salesman, is left eye dominant. So he is always switching stuff around. He grabbed this thing. The very first thing he did was I picked it back up and I go, what happened to my eye cup? Oh, I switched it around. I'm like, oh my goodness. Right. So it will switch around. It is ambidextrous, left or right hand. You're just going to reach up here. You can grab these buttons from either side. Right here, you've got your diopter focus that just focuses the screen to your eye, whatever you need there. Then moving forward down the side, there's nothing here. Also, I should point out, this, I don't know what this is made out of, but this is a rubberized housing, this exterior housing. It's got a little give. I don't know. Hans, what would you call that? I don't know. I mean, it feels really, really good. Well, I like it. To me, it feels way better than just hard metal, but it feels completely sturdy, solid. I mean, underneath there, I'm sure there's metal or hard plastic.
It definitely is. Keep talking and I'll find it real quick because I saw the specs online and it says exactly what it's made out of. I'm gonna find it real quick.
Okay, well, it feels really, really good. I mean, it is a nice feel in your hand. I just wanted you to know this isn't like hard plastic. It's whatever it is, feels good. All right, so moving on forward here, you've got your hinged lens cap, and this lens cap can be moved around wherever you want it out of the way. One thing I like, this is actually an improvement over the prototypes that we've been using, is that this will actually, I'm going to do it and kind of show you here. Boom. You see that? It kind of locks over, and now, you've got to put some force to kind of break it over that. So I like that. It's not just flipping and flopping around. And again, you can slide it wherever you want it. So nice lens cap like that. Moving around, if we go to the bottom, you have got right there, a USB-C port. And then this is the big deal. What matters the most? This is where the 18650 goes. This is again, a waterproof unit, as Hans mentioned, IPS 6.7. That's fully submersible. So this right here, you slide this down. I'm going to try to do this on camera. You should never mess with batteries on camera because it never works.
Demonstrations never work, right?
Never works. Okay, maybe y'all can see that. All right, so this battery door just falls out, and there is your battery is right inside here. Okay, so that is it. And here, I can take this battery out. You just take it out, and there it is. This is a different battery, not theirs, I guess, right now. But this is it, and very, very good unit. And so again, we'll put this door back on. You just slide it back up here, and then you lock that door. I know you can't see much on there, but nice unit, guys. Feels really good. Now let's get into some of the important details. I know this is going to get brought up, so let's talk about it on the front end so that you can hear this, and this will help some of you who are already current AGM customers and own some of their optics, or maybe you've just seen your buddies or had a chance to look through some. So where does this unit fit in on the AGM scale? So compared to the AGM Taipan handhelds, the Taipans have been their kind of main line of monoculars, very, very popular for the last 2 or 3 years. Even the TM25, okay, so that's the $2,000 model. It has a significantly better image quality than any of the Taipans. I mean, it is hands down. I would say the Taipans are really, really nice entry-level image quality. I would say that these are definitely a move into what I call mid-grade or mid-range thermal.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
I mean, for 384 resolution, this is not entry-level. This is a step above that. And so another thing that's a big deal to a lot of people, and we'll get into this more, is these 18650s. So the Taipans, the Taipans have the internal battery, but they're also smaller and lighter. So I think the Taipans still have a place. They're less expensive, they're smaller, they're lighter, they're more compact. If you're looking for a little bitty handheld that you can shove in your hoodie, pocket, I think that's where you're going to want to go. If you're looking for a full size handheld, then this is probably it. Oh, by the way, guys, this has been dangling off here. This is the little wrist strap. It's just like a little camera strap that's on here. We'll talk about that as well. So, again, this is the 384 version of the Sidewinders. They are better than the Taipans. I think the image quality, being this 384 12 micron sensor, that's going to give you the image quality of the Adder and the Varmint AGM 384 units. And then I think this is better than the current Rattler TS25, TS35, 384, 17 micron. Right. So again, I'm just trying to give you some idea of where this falls in. I would say, on that same playing field with the Adders and the Varmints, and going to be a step above the Rattlers and a pretty good step above the Taipans. Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that so everybody kind of could get an idea if you're familiar with those optics.
Absolutely.
All right, Hans, let's talk about this thing.
Yeah. So you want to run through the dislikes a little bit before we get into?
He always wants me to do.
I'll do it. I'll
because
start out with it.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I really don't have many.
Yeah.
So this eye cup, I don't like the eye cup. I mean, that's my own complaint. I mean, is it usable? Yes. I just think it's too big and it's too stiff. You can take the eye cup off, but that doesn't, it leaves you a big metal eyepiece here. I mean, so you could take it off. I don't think you're going to want to do that. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it works. I mean, you put it right up to your eye. I mean, I probably look like a moron here trying to show you this on camera, but it works. I just wish this was not quite. I mean, it's rubbery.
It's not very comfortable.
This is soft rubber. Yeah. It's just not super comfortable. And I mean, I just find myself, I don't know. It's fine. I just wish it was a little softer. That's my biggest complaint. Yep. I think is that I think that the eye cup on it could be better. But other than that, I don't have much to say.
No, the eye cup was one I think that you and I noticed right away. It's different than anything else we've ever seen on any other optic. Yeah. It's not the best. But what I also say, the only other negative that I could come up with when we were really testing these out is just the hand strap on it. I mean, it's a very Like you said, it's like what you would find on a camera. It just kind of dangles there. But it would be nice if it had a nicer hand strap that was more attached to the unit. That would,
like a camcorder, the
exactly.
padded hand strap on the
Camcorder.
side. Yeah.
But other than that, y'all, the two dislikes that we had are very, I would say, superficial. They're not, they don't have really anything to do with the performance of the unit at all. So let's jump right into the likes.
It shouldn't be what stops you from buying this unit.
Exactly.
Let me say that. I mean, it is the vast majority of handhelds don't have a hand strap.
So,
okay, and so it's that would not be my reasoning. And this iCup, again, I said it's not my favorite, but I've been using the thing like crazy, and I don't really think about it once I get out there in the field.
So the likes. Let's start out with I think the most important things. Fantastic picture image. We kind of talked about how it compares to the Taipan. These are 12 micron units. They're more comparable to what you would see through the adder if you've had something like that. So very, very good picture image. Really like how big the display screen is on it. Especially for people out there that feel like they have their eyes aren't as strong as they used to be. Having a big display really helps that. The last thing I'll mention, Jason, and I'll let you go into your, because you have several too, but man, it's just the 5-year warranty. If you didn't know, AGM as of January 1st, 2023, they've moved their warranty. So any optics 384 resolution thermal or 640 resolution thermal purchased after January 1st, 2023, now gets a 5-year manufacturer, basically bumper to bumper warranty, which was changed from 3-year. So the fact that this does come with a 5-year warranty is fantastic. Again, right up there with some of the highest warranties in the industry. Is fantastic. A lot of value for the money. The price, I think, is very, very fair. For what you're getting, but you go in and jump into yours because there's a lot more positive things about this.
Well, I cannot stress this enough, and if y'all are a regular listener of the show, I'm sure that you get tired of Hans and I, especially me, just hammering this home. 18650 fully removable generic batteries, guys. This is something you can buy anywhere. They're very affordable. 10, 15, 20 bucks, depending on the brand, depending on the type that you buy. It's very, and it comes with two.
Right.
All right. And if we're talking about, we got about a 7-hour runtime. And again, that's a best case scenario, literally running it on the bench, sitting there till it runs down. So you take it out in the cold and you record video, and these things. Yeah. Okay. It's going to go down, but what are you still going to get? 5.5, 6 hours. And you got another battery that's going to get you that as well. And that's a long, long time in the field. And again, so if you need more, you pick up a couple extra batteries. So this is a twofold. One, it's the battery life. Dang good battery life. And two, the fact that it's an 18650. And I'm telling you, AGM is doing something that I think is big, and they're hearing the consumer, and the consumer is getting tired of buying expensive proprietary batteries, and AGM is listening, and they're making more and more optics with 18650s every time that they reasonably can, and they are putting pressure on the other manufacturers. And so that's good for everybody. I mean, that's what you want, guys. If you used an 18650 and it got 30 minutes of runtime, I'd be like, forget it. Give me whatever, internal battery, do whatever you got to do. But to be able to get that kind of runtime out of a very affordable battery, I think is a big deal. So 18650s and good runtime. Other thing, I already mentioned it's ambidextrous, but these buttons are very easy. Yeah. They're you can feel them. One thing that people always say is, hey, can I feel them with gloves on? I think it depends on how thick your gloves are, but yeah, I don't know what you could do to make these feel any more with gloves on. I mean, I really don't. I just don't know how. I mean, you'd have to make them 2 inches tall. So you can absolutely get up here and you can find where you're at. Because, okay, Okay, I got my finger back here. There's the back first button. Now I know where I'm at. And so I really like the button layout. It feels really, really good. Very, easy to use. The menu system and all. I mean, it's again, we got a power button, and then here's I'm going to show this. You got your power button here. This is your menu button. This is your up and your down. So once you get into the menu, you go up, down. You want to select something, you press your menu button again. Very intuitive, very simple. And another thing that I like, this is again, gosh, guys, I have to say this. I think that AGM, and maybe, listen, maybe we've just all gotten really lucky, and maybe AGM was just out here ahead. But I think AGM is listening to the consumer and customer base. I really do. Not just the batteries. One of the things that I know we have voiced and other users have is, gosh, we wish that we had a little more control over the brightness and the contrast, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the difference in 1 and 2 is a big jump, and 2 and 3, so there's just, you don't get enough fine control. They changed brightness and contrast to 10 settings, 1 through 10 in those adjustments. So it's finer detail in finding which brightness and contrast you like. And everybody always says, which one, what should I run it on? Whatever your eye likes. There's no right, there's no wrong, whether it's black hot, white hot, any of the color palettes, you run what you like. But so again, I think now it's time to really get into talking about who these two units are good for. Coming in at $2,000 and $2,200 with a 2 power and a 3 power. Hans, who needs to buy which one? What would you say there?
Oh gosh, the TM25 384 being a 2 to 16 power. Again, the difference between that and the TM35 384, that's a 3 to 24. So you're getting, more magnification. I would say for a scanner, most people, including myself and probably you, I know Jason, like something on the,
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, like something in the lower base magnification range, and that 2 to 2.5 power seems to be the sweet spot. But that does, with a scanner, you want something with a wide field of view, and it just makes sense. You want a wide field of view, so when you're scanning side to side, you're covering more area. It's easier to scan with something like that, because you are getting a wider picture, obviously. But up close even makes it a lot easier if you're going through woods, going on trails, or even if you're scanning larger fields, just being able to scan more. Now, I would say most people, the TM25 384, which the 2 to 16 is going to be perfect for. There are going to be some of you out there, though, that are in areas where you can see a mile in all directions, and you have the benefit of calling coyotes, and you have about 5 minutes notice before they get to you. They're so far out. So, that's, if you're scanning areas that are, 1,000 yards long in all directions, or you can see a mile, and, a 3 power might be better for you. But I think that's a smaller percentage of the common user out there. I would say most of you are probably going to be more towards that lower base magnification, wider field of view, scanning, and being able to pick up something, a target, and use your scope to switch over to get a more specific ID. But I mean, I'll say this, like you said, longer range, the TM35, you're scanning in areas that are completely wide open. If you're like most people, the TM25 is going to be perfect for you.
Yep. I think that's it in a nutshell. I think, and I'm going to say this, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I think there's a lot of new users to night hunting, and they're drawn immediately to the 3 power. And they say, ooh, more magnification, that's better. And all my scopes start at 3 power. I've got a whatever, Leopold 3 to 9. So I got a 3. I'm used to 3 power, and I want that. And it's only $200 more, but I think that is a little bit, again, of maybe not as much experience at night. And as you mentioned, Hans, the scanning around, the wider field of view. It's another mistake we talk about sometimes, is the guys that want to talk about the objective lens size when it comes to buying a thermal optic. And I'm like, Let's talk about anything but that, because it's not what you think.
Right.
This is a larger objective lens. The 35 millimeter is larger and has a narrower field of view than the 25. And that baffles people's minds, but they're not thinking in digital optics, they're thinking in daytime optics. So again, I just think if somebody said, quick, 5 seconds, which ones do I buy? I go 25. You buy the 25.
Yeah.
Now, I think the exception to the rules, what you just said, I think that's the guys that are in the big wide open country. They're not worried about something popping up on them at 50, 60, 75 yards. They're looking way out there. Sure, that makes sense. And then I'm going to give this other caveat. There are guys who have tons of experience and they just like a little more magnification. No different than I said, on your brightness and your contrast and your white hot and your black hot color palettes. Some people like different things, and that is perfectly fine. So if you think I'm going to want a little more magnification, then go for it. Yeah. But I do think if you're unsure, the 2-power is probably the default way that I would lean there. I think that I would just going to couple with that a little bit. I think if you're a hog hunter in the South, I think you're probably going to really lean hard towards the 25 and the 2-power. It's got to be some pretty special situations to me where you would want the 3-power. I mean, I'm scanning fields that are anywhere from 400 to 600 yards on average, and I don't need a 3-power for that. I mean, even if I am looking at hogs or coyotes that are out there 400 or 500 yards, 2-power is enough, because we're not shooting. We're looking to quickly detect, hopefully identify, but quickly detect. This unit will do that.
Yeah, and I would also add to that, if you are a deer hunter and you want to use it for spotting and stalking or tracking deer, if you are getting a thermal optic for hiking, for home preparedness, home security,
coon hunting, squirrel hunting,
you're going to want the TM25 384. Again, any of those types of uses. The TM35 are for extreme distance hunters, I would say that. So everybody else is going to be in that big category of low magnification, wide field of view.
And guys, I want to say something real quick, because I'm hearing what I'm saying. I'm hearing what Hans is saying. And I know there's guys right now going, so what? Y'all can't get the TM35. That's why I'm trying to push everybody to the TM20. No, we're look, it's $200 less. We make less money on it. Okay. We're just being honest. Again, with nothing wrong. 3-power is not uncommon in a lot of handhelds. I mean, so we've sold a lot of 3-power handhelds over the years, but this is going to be the question we know that you're going to ask when you call. And that's fine. If you watch the show and you're like, well, I'm still not sure. That's fine. Call us, ask us. We'll talk this out. We may say, you know what, 3-power may be better for you, but I do. I think the 2-power is just a little more all around for a monocular. Yep. That's we want to be specific here. We're talking about handheld. So I think hog hunters are definitely going to gravitate to the 2-power. I think some coyote hunters will gravitate towards that 3-power, like you said, based on their yardages. I think what I want to really come back around to, I know we've said it, and that's all I can really do is just say it. We've got some videos that Hans hopefully has already been playing through this review, but image quality is legit. I mean, for $2,000, $1995, this is a heck of a good value for the dollar. I don't think there's anything out there that's going to give you this image quality with a 5-year warranty and a removable 18650 battery. So do I think this is the only monocular anybody should buy? No. I think it's bigger than some. I think it's heavier than some. I think there may be something about this that may not fit what you want as well. But I will say value for the dollar of what's on the market today in April 2023 at this price range, there is a lot to offer there, again, specifically with that 18650 battery.
So, and don't call up and say, all right, so how can we mount this thing to a helmet? It's not going to happen. Or people are going to try, but just, I would not do it. But guys,
it's not.
Before we end this review, I do want to say one thing. Every year we do a best of show, best of monoculars. And these two optics the TM25 384 and the TM35 384 are going to be a big part of that discussion. I'm going to tell you right now.
They're going to have to be
in the 2,500 and under price range. These two are. I'm not ready to predict where they rank, but they are high up there compared to all the other monoculars in these price ranges. These are very, very good units. There have been people that have called, and maybe I shouldn't say this, Jason, since you are my boss.
Oh boy!
People call up and say, "Hey, I'm looking at monoculars. I'm not in a big hurry. Should I get something right now, or should I wait till the Sidewinders come out?" And I say, "Well, if you're not in a huge hurry, just wait a little bit and see what it looks like. These, if you did that, and you're getting a chance to see the video, now you can make a good decision on what you need to do. But these are good optics, and there's a lot of good optics in monoculars in this price range, and we've reviewed them all on the show, and they all are good for different reasons. And same with this. There are a couple features on this that some of the other monoculars in the same price range don't have. And it makes the choices really, really difficult, Jason, but for a good reason. We're getting better. We're getting better features. We're getting great prices. We're getting good picture quality. And now $2,000 gets you a lot more than it did several years ago.
Yeah, I want to say one last quick thing that I was just actually playing with this unit here while you were talking and realized this. So this is something I know matters to a lot of people. You can take this little hand strap off, obviously. Mm-hmm. There is, I don't think you're going to be able to see this on there. Maybe there is right here. This is a little, feels like metal. I think it's metal. A little metal slot right there. You can take this off and you would be able to run something with either a small, thin nylon strap or, again, one of these this very tough small nylon string and put it on a lanyard. Yeah. Okay, so that's something I know a lot of guys nowadays, it's gotten really popular to wear your monocular on a lanyard. This would be kind of a heavy unit to wear around your neck, but I know guys do it. And so there's also, I will say this, I've seen some guys that use some nice, I'm going to say this is pretty cool. I actually have tried it. And again, I don't like wearing them around my neck. Just, it's not the way, my style, especially the way I'm hunting with carrying my rifle. But it's like a saxophone or a clarinet strap that they use. And I don't know anything about bands, so somebody tell me that's what this is. But it's padded like neoprene around your neck, and then it comes down to a single point that you can have like a little, quick detach little clip. You can put something in there, and I've done that with some other monoculars and stuff. It's really nice because you've got it padded around your neck. If you were sitting in a stand or something, or calling, you don't want to wait to drop this thing on the ground. I think that would be something that would be very nice. And again, with that right there, you will be able to get something in there. And one more quick thing. I'm going way off on this tangent here about this. The way that is, you're going to be able to hold that straight up and down on your neck. Yeah. So it's not like you're connecting it in the middle and it's down here seesawing. You're going to be holding this straight up like that. So anyway, that's pretty cool. Just thought I'd bring that up. Guys, we love these units, and that's why I think we're kind of gushing over them. From the minute that we saw them last year, we were like, y'all got to bring these to the market and bring them quick. And the 640s, if those are going to be in your price range, I think those are going to be, oh gosh, Hans, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are those things going to be 3,000 and 3,500?
Yeah,
I think.
Don't hold us to it.
I'm going to look real quick. I'm going to look. I got it right here. Yeah, it's 3,000 and 3,500. They're going to be my specs aren't showing with the magnification, but anyway, I think it's a 2 and a 2.5 power, maybe.
Yeah, and they're 640.
I think it's going to be 2 and 2.5. Those are, if that's in your budget, guys, this is a real deal on the 640 image. By far the best image we've ever seen out of AGM in a 640. Yep. So stick around. It's going to be, like I said, a few weeks because we've got a lot of reviews coming. But anything that y'all are interested in and knowing more about, when you get ready to purchase one of these and you say, hey, you know what? Hans and Jason, they seem like pretty good guys. And, I would like to call and make my purchase from them. I want to give them my business, but I've got questions. I don't know. Maybe I don't need this. Maybe I need something smaller. Maybe I need something more expensive, less expensive, whatever. Whether it's a scope or a handheld or just a night vision scope. We just reviewed the AGM Neath. That's a $799 digital night vision unit. Those things are flying off the shelves. We've already had to reorder twice. We had no idea they were going to sell so darn quickly. We thought we had plenty and didn't. So we've got all kinds of optics, and we're willing to help you. We'd love to have your business, and that's something that we offer our customers. As you call us and say, hey, here's what I'm doing, here's my budget, here's my price range. We'll ask you several questions, and between Hans and Ashley, myself, we'll be able to point you in the right direction, because we use all of these units in the field, and we can tell you how they compare and find out what's best for you and your budget. If you're interested in that, again, it's 877-350-1818. We would love to have your business. It would mean a ton to us. If you want to go to the website, outdoorlegacygear.com, you can go straight there. You already know what you want. You can pick it up. You can buy it right there. If you go to the store and there's any optic and you click on it and it gets out of stock, the big dreaded out of stock, please drop us an email or call and talk to us. And here's the reason why. You can ask the ladies and they say, hey, do you know when you're getting any more of these? It is unbelievable the amount of times that people call and say, well, I really wanted to buy from you, and do you know you're going to have it in the next week? And I go, you're not going to believe this. They got delivered this morning. The warehouse is checking them in. We can ship it this afternoon or tomorrow. So always give us that shot. We would really appreciate it. If you're looking for Hans, you want to find some more of his stuff, his reviews, you can do that over on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Just search for HANS, Hans ETX, and you'll find him. Ashley, our other salesman, he is putting out content, YouTube, Facebook, I think Instagram as well, and that's Rowe, Rowe. That's his last name, Rowe. It's ETX, right? Rowe ETX.
That's it.
Hans? Yeah, thought so. Making sure I wasn't screwing that up. And the Late Night Vision Show. You're already here, guys. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all your business. The LateNightVisionShow.com is a place where you can go and find all our past episodes. But if you're already on YouTube, you've already done that. If you're on any of the podcast listening apps, the audio-only versions, you can scroll through there and find our past episodes as well.
So this has been episode 258 of the AGM Sidewinders, the TM25 and the TM35.
We hope it's episode 258.
Oh, yeah.
We hope it should
exactly.
be. It should
Maybe.
be. Yeah. Maybe.
The 384 resolution models. And so we got some surprise episodes coming up very soon. Y'all need to stay tuned. We're jam-packed. So stay tuned. Don't miss an episode right here, the Late Night Vision Show. We will be back soon. Y'all stay safe in the fields and keep making them bacon pancakes.